They're great.
I have the cheeks. You got the Yabbos. Let's
Thank
call the
you.
whole thing off.
Actually, I have both.
You have both. To be clear,
Wait, sorry.
Set the record straight.
Lest anyone be confused, because I've come buttoned up today. Don't worry.
I'm an hourglass.
I'm Glennis LaRoe, comedian, perfect woman, and certified sad girl. I'm on a mission to meet and interview sad girls like me and destigmatize mental illness, all in the hopes of feeling a little bit better by any means necessary. We're all going through it. Let's go through it together. And remember, it's okay to be sad, girl.
This is Sad Girl Survival Guide, the show that explores rock bottom, breakdowns, and breakthroughs one sad girl at a time. Today's sad girl is the co-host of Energizer Honeys and a fabulous, beautiful woman, my dear friend, my beach buddy, my drag bingo buddy. Please give it up for Delia Kemph.
Oh my God. I hope that we make it through this episode, because we haven't done drag bingo yet.
I know.
And if we fall out for some reason today,
In the next 24 hours.
then you will have just told a lie to your followers.
I know. Well, there's no way this episode is coming out in the next 24 hours, so hopefully
thank God.
rings true. Otherwise, I'll just dub over it with something like
My arch nemesis.
Yes, exactly. And I would put the episode out anyway, just because content.
Yeah, of course you need it.
You got to put out the content.
Clip it out, girl.
Hey, how the hell are you?
I'm good, Glennis. May I open the curtain a little and tell people that we saw each other yesterday? Less than 24 hours ago. You dropped me off near my apartment. Near it.
You said I could, so that I could make the left
I
on
did.
Nostrand.
I know. I'm sort of very generous in that way. Yeah, I'm great. Truthfully, I feel like it's Monday. I had a really nice weekend.
Yes.
Went to the beach with some girlfriends.
With some
including
girlfriends?
The girl in front of me.
Had your Yabbos out?
Had my Whoa.
We can edit that out if that is too far.
I actually want the world to know.
You had a European summer.
I did. I've never been on a beach with my Yabbos out before. In my memory. Mm-hmm. Things could have happened to me that I have repressed. We can cut that.
Hey, and as a child, they're not Yabbos.
No. They're mere specks.
It's just a little body.
Yeah, and all here's actually a thing I think about sometimes, and we can circle back to how my Yabbos were out yesterday.
Yeah.
But something I actually think about sometimes is that it's crazy that we gender swimsuits on really young children.
Yeah.
Because like their little I don't like it.
Yeah,
I don't like the way
I
that
know.
like little 2-year-old girls are wearing
I
like
know.
a bikini covering up their
Non-existent
chest,
body. Yeah, their
right?
chest.
Their
Yeah,
nipples,
yeah.
whatever. And boys are running around nipples free.
No, it's
free
where
in
it
the
starts.
wind.
So where it starts.
But it's like it teaches girls like that is
Shameful.
Shameful in some way, even though the body parts are exactly the same.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to get into this.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Heteronormative societal flaws.
My thoughts about that. But yeah, my boobs were out on the beach yesterday briefly, and I liked it a lot. I felt liberated.
Yeah, I still am like too shy. I still have the deeply ingrained shame.
Do you?
I don't know why. Even in the gym locker room, sometimes I'm like, God, I hope someone doesn't see I hope my yoga teacher doesn't come in and see my boobs.
Well, the other day, you and I were at your gym together.
Yes.
And in your gym locker room, without naming names, which I don't know their names, of course I couldn't do it if I tried.
Total
I saw
strangers.
two women who were like gabbing. They were clearly like really close friends, both completely
butt naked
in front of each other, which for me, that's harder than the idea that like a stranger is seeing you naked. I don't know why though.
I know. I have some friends who are pretty fast and loose with their bods.
Yeah.
And would walk around naked around their friends,
Yeah.
like no problem. And I feel like the Puritan, like oh my God, like don't look directly at her. Like I'm like, why? Who cares?
Definitely, who cares? I do think it's an ingrained. I think it depends on like where you grew up, what your like the vibe was. If you did like sports in high school, theater in high school, like what was, which I definitely did theater and not sports in high school.
Sure.
And I was a degree of naked sometimes in front of people that I knew, but not like a locker room.
I feel like I only just got comfortable like being in my underwear in front of friends.
Really?
Like, well, because I wear a thong every day of my life. But it feels.
What is a thong?
It feels naked.
What's a butt if not?
It's a bikini. It's like there's no difference.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it really is.
It's so silly.
That's interesting. I definitely am not scared to wear underwear around friends. Although a thong, I would be a little nervous about maybe. I don't wear a thong bikini ever. I don't have like my cheeks flapping in the wind.
Sometimes I have my cheeks flapping in the wind.
Okay, well. They're great.
I have the cheeks. You got the Yabbos. Let's
Thank
call the
you.
whole thing off.
Actually, I have both.
You have both. To be clear,
Wait, sorry.
set the record straight.
Lest anyone be confused, because I've come buttoned up today. Don't worry.
I'm an hourglass. Cosmopolitan magazine says I'm an hourglass.
Cosmopolitan magazine would say that, and then also make me feel like there was a lot wrong with my body. Obviously.
Sure. It was
As
funny.
they did.
Yesterday we were saying that because of the generation we grew up in or something, there was like this idea that the double D boob was the biggest a breast could be.
Yeah,
which is so funny.
Yeah, I thought I definitely like of course associated double D's with gigantic breasts.
Yes.
And I told you yesterday, I'll tell this story.
Yeah.
In case it's interesting to anyone.
I think it will be. That's why I teed it up.
I, as an adult woman, not terribly long ago, in the course of my damn life, was dating a guy briefly for a couple of months, and he had a real teenage-like boob obsession, a boob sesh, if you will. And he just like was a real boob guy, and I should have known right then and there.
Red
this
flag.
is not going to work
Red
out
flag.
because you're not a grown up. Grow up and turn me around. But he had seen my breasts at this point, like we'd been physically intimate, and then he asked me one day what my bra size was, and I said 36 double D, and his eyes lit up like a kid on Christmas, as if like learning double. Again, he'd seen and felt, and
He became a Looney Tune.
he became
like,
a Looney Tune.
yeah.
It was so ridiculous. I was like, yeah, double D, and he like was so excited about that knowledge, the statistic,
the stat. Yeah.
the stat he really liked.
Yeah.
It didn't last.
What do you mean? Oh, you should have married that guy.
Well, there's still time.
Wait until he finds out about
Unmarried.
Jay's.
Whoa, I actually feel like I don't know about Jay's.
Really?
Except that I can picture I feel like in many ways my breasts, if I had to sort of give them a letter, they're giving Jay these days.
Really? Oh.
as I get older and longer.
It's the Chanel double C, but it's Jay's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, that's like the what's that book as a kid? Everyone has a body.
Everyone poops. Wait, okay. It kind of sounded like that might be
the breast to the poop. No.
Well, you said everyone has a body.
Yeah.
Is it like, is it the American Girl?
Yes.
Oh, You're Changing Body or something like that? Do we know?
Caring and keeping of you.
There it is. That's good.
I remember distinctly there was like a boob section.
Yeah.
And they were like, maybe you'll be in a changing room and you'll see like different bodies and like different shaped breasts. And I really remember ones that were like this. And I was like, huh?
How could it possibly go that low?
What the heck?
I don't think so. You better get that
Scared.
checked.
And then I was like, I'm never showing my body. And pushed it away.
And here we are today.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it had the reverse impact. I mean, I don't judge anyone for it. So maybe that was but I'm still like.
I think we should all just sort of be a little bit, and I really am thinking about this in the changing room at my gym. I've sort of made a conscious effort to be like,
Yeah.
here I am.
Yeah, that's
and it's
good.
okay. And I'm not going to be ostentatious about it.
Maybe I should be, but unfortunately, a lot of people I know do go to my gym.
Oh.
So what if I run into them and then I'm like,
Well, would it be so terrible? What would happen?
Nothing would happen.
Nothing.
We're in therapy now.
Okay, good. And how would that make you feel?
I don't know. I think I would just be like, oops. I would apologize probably. I'd be like, sorry.
Oops, I have breasts.
Oops, I have a body.
Oops,
I'm
body's here.
changing.
Oops, my changing body that Karen keeping of me.
Oops, my breasts are like two little ski slopes.
Oops, I got naked again.
Oops. I'm just running back.
This is good stuff.
This is good.
Write it down.
I'm running back all of our conversations because we were talking about like, if a nude ever leaked,
Yes.
the shame of that, but then also kind of just being like the most powerful thing to do is just be like, that's my body.
I agree. I don't. Should a naked picture of me?
It's a crime, to be clear.
Well, first of all, it's a crime to take one of yourself.
It's illegal.
It's illegal. Don't do that. That's disgusting. That's for your husband.
And his photographic memory.
I think that the idea that a nude, and we were talking about this in terms of like celebrity sort of like this big celebrity nude
the fappening.
the fappening, as it were. But I was trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like reveals, like
leaks.
Leaks,
Yeah,
I guess is really that it. But that the expectation is that the person who's taken these pictures is the one who should be very ashamed,
as opposed to the leaker or the hacker,
the one who's saying, I'm going to
violate you,
totally violate your privacy, yourself in physical and emotional ways. And there's not necessarily been historically a ton of accountability for people like that.
No.
And I think my feeling in general is like, if a naked picture of me that exists were to get out in the world, which I'm not jonesing for. No. It's like, well, I do have a body and sometimes I'm naked and that's not a problem. You know what it's not like that's not a problem in general.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's just what it is. Don't you shower?
I shower.
Yeah.
But I usually wear a bikini when I shower. I only am naked when I'm taking nudes.
You're never nude except for when taking nudes?
Yeah, exactly. I'm a never nude, and then I whip those little jean shorts off when it's time, when the sun is glinting just right.
So good. That's so funny. Oh my God.
This is the most I've ever talked about the possibility of like new, like in all of my comedy, which is not necessarily. Oh, sorry. Really quickly, I'm a comedian.
That was in your intro. That was in your intro.
No, I know, but
she's delicious.
You can't believe it.
Delightful.
Delicious, delightful, Delia.
Hey there, Delilah.
Hey there. Don't think my life wasn't terrible for 17 months after that song came out.
So bad. Anyway.
Everyone was calling me Delilah. But what were we talking about?
This is the most we've talked about nudes. Being nude.
Just that I've not really even dipped my toe much in my life into like raunchy comedy. No. And I think that's partially because my wonderful mother specifically, but family in general, watches a lot of my stuff.
Yeah.
And I actually have thought about talking about this with my therapist. I've been like, is this a boundary that I'm holding because I feel like I have to? Mm-hmm. But that no one, by the way, has ever really said or expected of me. Mm-hmm. But that it's like, because I have adults in my family who are supportive of me.
Yeah.
Am I not willing to dip my toe into, like, even the conversation you and I were just having?
Yeah.
I'm happy to have had that. It doesn't bother me that that's something that I'm like sharing right now publicly. But I do in my mind go, if my mom sees that,
they're gonna know
what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
am the same way.
Yeah.
I like. It's so funny because I'm the same way. And my stepmom kind of raised me through my formative years, so I feel like her influence on my attitude around this stuff is like more so than my like biological mother, because whatever, she passed when I was younger. But my stepmom, whatever, forget about that. Sorry. Oh, no, God. I just mean in the context of what we're talking about. Whatever, not whatever. I'll never see her again. Whatever. That's not what I meant.
I love you.
I love you too, girl. So my stepmom, she had kind of like very strict rules around like having boys over.
Sure.
And like, but it was always a little bit contradictory because she wanted me and my sister to be on birth control. So like one time I called her out and I was like, well, what's all this for if you want us to be safe and you're aware that teens do things together, but like you want us to do it in the street? Like, what are you talking about? And I remember one time a friend who was in like a long-term relationship stayed over at our house and they slept in the same bed together. I don't think they got in any funny business as far as I know. But when she saw that, I remember the look on her face. She was like mouthing to me because they were in the room and I was on the stairs, and she was like, I am very upset. Like that. And I was like
very scared.
I was really scared. And then she was like, you will never have a boy over until there's a ring on the finger, kind of thing. Like, never in my house sleeping in the same bed.
Did she say those words to you, or was that the implication? Okay.
Yes, that she was like, no, like co-sleeping until there's like a ring on the finger. And I was like, well, wait, like you were sexually active before you were engaged. You were having zegs. And then I talked to her about the birth control thing, and she was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. But it still instilled like a shame and a fear of like talking about this stuff with my stepmom. And like even to this day, I'm like embarrassed when I do blue material or whatever. And she's like, that joke about you losing your virginity is so funny. And I was like, I'm a virgin. Like, no, that was all fake. Like, what? But I still feel so embarrassed. And I'm like, I'm literally
you're
a grown ass woman.
Yeah, that's interesting. I feel very similar. Lee, that's correct. That is the syntactical correct way to say that. I feel very similarly, and I sometimes wonder if it's holding me back. Not because I'm not necessarily interested in like diving into being like such a blue comic, but parts of adulthood and existence do revolve sometimes around like
adult subject
sex
matters.
and adult subject matter.
Yeah.
In a way that I know.
I always think that adult subject matter, or if coworkers find something, or if my more like conservative family finds something, that I am in trouble.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
And I'm like, what's that about?
I actually only feel that way with my family, no one else in my life. Yeah, my coworkers. I work for a very small company it's women led, and it's like
you're in the arts.
I'm in the arts. I work for an arts education nonprofit, and I think in general we have a really like wonderful open dialogue in all respects. Yeah. And I don't feel nervous or embarrassed. Like they're the first people to like anything that I post on Instagram.
Cute.
Just because we have a strict boundary when we're in workspaces, but in general they're like really pretty open to anything that all of us might be sort of like producing artistically. But I don't know, I think I'm for some reason scared,
a little repressed
of the grown-ups,
because you're a little girl,
because I'm just a baby.
You're just a baby girl.
I just get younger and younger every year.
Same.
And
wait, hey, what makes you sad, girl?
So it's interesting that you asked that. Have you ever asked anyone that before?
I've never asked anyone that before.
Wait, Glennis, thank you for asking me this unique question. Of course, as is true, I'm sure for every person in the damn world, a lot makes me sad. It has the capacity to make me sad, but because we're talking the day after Father's Day, that's big on my mind.
Yeah.
You were talking about your mom having passed away a long time ago.
And just being kind of ambivalent about that.
And being like whatever. So, just girly things. Yeah. Just sad girly things.
Just sad girly things.
And my father passed away almost 10 years ago. And of course, everything, like the idea that he's dead makes me really sad. We lost him very suddenly. So that's like its own sort of branch of how to grapple with that I've been doing for 10 years. But I think yesterday, and when I was coming on here, I was sort of like thinking about how to answer this question. Very specifically, the thing that makes me sad, and I think this is universal in a lot of ways too, is that my dad doesn't know me now or my sister now.
Yeah.
It's less, of course, I'm sad that he's dead, but like the thing that makes me really sad is that my father, who was my, like, I would have called him my best friend in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
We were very, very close. That he doesn't know the adult versions of his kids.
Yeah.
And for me, that extends outward and to like, and when I was thinking about this, I was like, that extends outward actually toward an acknowledgement of the people that you've been closest to in your life that don't know the version of you now.
Yeah.
Or that you don't know the version of them. That makes me sad when I think about that. Yeah.
There is like that, what is it, like Sonder, that feeling of like everyone having their own like unique set of experiences and time passes and like you are a different person than you were 10 years ago, and there's been so many chapters and iterations, and I mean it is terrible that like he can't see you right now, but I mean of course he can see you, and he's part of the stardust in the universe. you know?
And that's nice to think about. I think in general, again, when I was considering this question, I was like, that is something that makes me sad, because it makes me sad when I really think about even people that ostensibly I'm still connected to, who are still alive, but I don't have like the connection, the kind of connection to that I did once. I think it makes me very melancholy to really grapple with the idea that we're all becoming always becoming like new versions of ourselves that we don't get to feel tethered to. And we don't, with people that we once felt very close to.
And there's different kinds of tethers.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, this is a physical presence tether, and I would say like a growing connection. And then there's connections that are like, that may be dwindling, but you still see or are acquainted with. And then there's like spiritual connection, or just like the connection of memory, where it's like, they're still there, but they're not in your life necessarily. And it's so, it is, but that, I feel like that is like, that's really just like an existential, that's like the human condition.
I know,
baby.
I know, and I think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I have some friends who, I think about this specifically when it comes to the idea of being connected to or not connected to people that are still around and you could be. Because I have some friends, some very close friends in my life, some of whom are really, really good at like moving through stages of life. And I sort of witness them and I observe that with a lot of curiosity and also admiration.
Yeah.
And then I have some very close friends. I'm thinking of a couple of people really specifically. I have some really close friends who cannot let go of times, people, experiences in their life that they like expect to still mean something to them in a way that like it just can't mean the same thing anymore, because we're moving on, talking about something that happened 10 years ago, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I think about that.
Yeah.
It is the human condition.
Yeah. And it is,
but
like,
it makes me sad.
And yes, of course it is sad. Yeah. It's like, I mean, to go back to grief, it's like the idea of like that grief is like all the love that hasn't been able to be expressed yet, and that's where a lot of that like sadness comes from. It's like, and that like never goes away, and you never know when it's gonna hit you, and like the waves of it may become less frequent or less intense, but like I still like will like sometimes my mind will go to like the last time I saw my mom in the hospital, and I remember she was like so weak and she couldn't respond, but she could hear us, and they said she can hear you, and I remember like touching her, like, and I like get sad thinking about the little 7-year-old me being like, what the hell is this? It's like nighttime in a hospital, the lights are off, but just those like harsh lights in from the hallway, and I'm like touched my mom's toe or something, and I could feel her like barely like flex it back.
Do you remember?
I remember.
Sorry if this is too dark to talk about. I think about this too, because the first big loss I had in my life, not my parent, luckily, like, but my grandpa died when I had just turned 7. And I was a pretty dramatic kid. Yeah.
We're so similar, by the way.
I know. Yeah. I was a deeply feeling kid, and that's literally a clinical description that I learned fairly recently. They literally call deeply feeling kid a DFK, a Delia fucking Kemph. Sorry.
Wow. Okay, keep going.
But sorry. Oh, and I want to hear what you were gonna say. But when my mom told me that my grandpa, who had been very sick, and I knew he was sick, and like my dad had been going to like back and forth to Rhode Island all the time to see him. She like picked me up from school one day, and she told me that he had died that morning, and I just like fell to the ground weeping. I understood that he had been very sick, and he was no more. Did you understand that at 7?
I did understand, because I think her, like, I was witness to her like treatment and all this stuff, and I think I recall going to the hospital under the pretense of like, we're saying goodbye. Okay. And then it like happened overnight, and then it was like we were told, and then it was like that was it, and then it was like, and it's funny because it's like I've completely processed and accept that I am like the child of a deceased parent, and like, but for some reason it's the thinking about the little kid version of me being in there and being like that's what gets me. Is like this poor kid having to process this, like, and then I think about like, oh man, what if I was a parent and my child was dying, like, and like I just like think I like all of these like things come up for me around death, but it's like it's all like somehow related to the suffering of a child, and I think it's because I was like unsure of what was going on. And I made like I used to love to like craft and like make little things. My mom was an artist and would like make textiles and art with different collaging things and things like that. I used to like pick flowers and then spray it with perfume and make potpourri, and I would call it potpourri. Chic. And apparently one time I had made like potpourri as a gift for my mom, and my stepmom found it, and inside of it was a note that said like, "Get well soon, mommy. Like, please, I'll be better." Like, as if like I had like
Glennis.
thought that I was like, I'll be a good kid if you like can just like.
That really breaks my heart into a gazillion pieces.
And so like when we think about getting in trouble, and when we think about wait, first we did it first guy guess. No, but it's like so I'm like, and it's like in my like fucked up kid handwriting, and it's like this is my attempt at my bargaining chip.
Right. The expectation, it's so
unfair.
Ooh, so unfair.
I know.
And yeah, I mean, you know that the like stages of grief. I don't know that I have experienced something that feels like true to that sequence in my life. I never did, but I obviously have had pockets of each of those stages at some point kind of come out of nowhere. And it's like your 7-year-old self before she even died.
I was already
bargaining. Yeah. Oh God.
I know.
Well, that is so sad, actually.
And hey.
And here we've come back.
We did it. Yeah. No, I'm sorry to make it so sad, girl.
It really is okay. I think the thing, and I wonder if you feel this way, I am so comfortable is maybe the wrong word. I am so like delighted with the potential of talking about and like indulging in memories of my father. So grief doesn't really, like, talking about grief doesn't really bump me because it happens all the time, you know?
And I think that's part of the motivation behind doing this, and a lot of my like comedy is like exploring personal trauma, because I'm like, everyone has something. Like everyone has gone through something.
Oh yeah.
And there is still like a feeling of like, well, hold it in, like muscle through. Like, and I think being vulnerable or being able to be like, hey, this happened to me, and like I got through it, and I'm still at it, and like I want to share that, you know, to provide some sort of relief to other people. Like that is like a motivator for me.
Me too.
In all that I do. So like, you know, whenever I'm interviewing people, I'm just like, you can't faze me. And I just kind of mean in like, not to diminish anybody's experiences, but I'm like, say it. Like, I'm not going to judge you, or I'm not going to, I would rather it come to the light however you want to, or feel comfortable talking about things.
Me too. Yeah, a big part of my comedy. The first time I ever performed stand-up, and I talked about this on a show I was on last night, which was a dead dad
Father's Day extravaganza.
Father's Day extravaganza. Every comic on the lineup has a dead dad, and there were like 20.
And there was a lot,
But I mean, this wasn't the first time I ever did stand up. Was on his birthday, like as a tribute to him, 3 years after he died, because I thought he would be in support, deep support of it. Of
course.
And then luckily, since that, I've had a lot of other trauma in my life. So the content keeps rolling along.
Yeah. The material keeps generating.
Other men keep leaving. They don't necessarily die, but don't worry. They're out of my life.
And I'm in denial.
And
I'm angry.
Deep cozy in it. Yeah, I'm mad about it.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, that's life, baby.
That's life, baby.
Zazu.
I think so too.
Did you find a good community in the Father's Day extravaganza?
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
I think mostly I was tired from the beach, honestly.
Okay, the beach, like let's get onto a serious subject matter and just talk about how the beach really knocks it out of you.
And guess what? We weren't exactly there all day long.
2 hours, no swimming. You swam.
I swam. I splashed around. whimsical, adorable. Honey, you want to marry me? Yeah, we weren't there for that long. It was an afternoon jaunt. It was as if we had a long brunch somewhere, you know? Mm-hmm. But man, I got home and I sort of crashed for a while.
Yeah,
and
nothing
then
better.
Yeah, well, it was delicious. I was sort of seeped in my
sun drunk. Sun drunk.
I was also really drunk while we were there.
You were wasted.
I did so many shots at 10 a.m. before coming over.
The guy with the nutcrackers.
Oh, yeah.
And he said Father's Day special. You hear that?
Yes, I did. And I said, don't offer me that. Stop it.
Hey, mister, what if I don't have a dad?
Hey, mister, what if I need a new daddy?
What if I need a new daddy? Yabbos out. Yabbos out.
Yabbos, by the way, flapping in the wind.
They're unfazed. They're just trying to sell their frozen margaritas. $10.
It was amazing to me to watch all these like grown men walking around sort of looking at breasts. Is that so puritanical of me? And I'm like,
no, yeah, that
must be really exciting for you.
No, it's their Jacob Reese is the sex positive party beach.
Yeah. I like it now.
Okay.
Turns out.
Well,
there was also such cute babies around us.
I know, and those parents are cool.
They're
cool as hell. those parents should go to jail.
Yeah, lock them up.
Yeah.
I thought that was really lovely, and I do intend to go back. And
I'll drive you.
Okay, fine. I'll hire you. Yeah, I don't want to do it again together. I want one day just to myself, but you can chauffeur
Drop me off.
That's totally fine. I want to go back to the beach, but because we were at the beach,
yes,
I was tired at the end of the day.
Yes.
The community was nice at the Father's Day Dead Dads comedy
extravaganza.
Lollapalooza. And it was, of course, terrible to be reminded how uninteresting I am with this, piece of trivia. Terribly embarrassing to be like one of many, because what I like to do, of course, if I'm on stage, is I like to sort of drop the dead dad stuff like really edgily. I like to be like, I'm shocking you.
Yeah.
And last night I could have done that by like talking about how much I hate
like,
airplane food.
Okay.
Like that would have been the way
the
to
edgy.
that would have been subversive.
Yeah.
But it's nice.
It's like do you know Whitmer Thomas?
I do.
Are you familiar with his music?
Am I?
He does songs.
Yeah.
And he has a song about his mom who is an alcoholic.
Okay.
And his song is about how she partied herself to death, and now he can't party because my mommy partied to death.
That's so sad.
And so sad. It's really good.
There's so many reasons, because partying rocks.
But at one point he says, and my identity is my mother died, anything to distract from being straight and white. And it's like, it's kind of true.
Yeah,
and but then it's like, well, if everyone else in the room has a dead parents, like, how can we out trauma each other? Sometimes that is the game in comedy.
Well,
and we can't be doing that.
It's really embarrassing. It's like, I cling on to it. I'm like, God, thank God my dad's dead, because otherwise I would just be a straight white cis woman who went to NYU trying to, sort of make it for myself in this damn town.
But hey, you probably wouldn't be doing comedy.
Maybe not.
You probably wouldn't. You have a secure attachment with your dad?
Yeah, secure, but loud and,
That's true.
Fighting.
Yeah, you're like, but wait, I'm so funny.
I was always like, I'm willing to rebel emotionally.
Yes,
I never did anything actually rebellious, but I would be like, let me yell at you.
Yeah.
Yell back at me.
Okay.
And then at the end we hug. And we did.
Okay, there's a million universes in which, or an infinite number of universes in which you do and you do not.
Yeah,
and
that's
where
right.
your dad dies and does not die.
Never dies.
In
one of the universes,
he's immortal.
He lives forever, and he gets way worse as a person.
Oh.
For some reason, I don't know why.
That's crazy.
I know.
Well, Delia, this was a goddamn delight.
Ah, Glennis, you are queen of my damn heart.
And I guess I'll see you tomorrow too. Is that crazy?
It's a Glennis Delia hat trick.
It's a hat trick. And by the way, you need to get a tattoo of Deeply Feeling Kid
I should.
or DFK.
Wait, that's good.
Tramp stamp.
I have never thought about that, and now I'm not kidding. Maybe Deeply
Something to
Feeling
think
Kid
about.
is maybe my next tattoo.
On your ribs? Deeply Feeling Kid?
One for each rib. I only have 3.
You got them removed so you can eat your own pussy. Okay, sorry, we went too
Mom!
blue. We went too blue. Where can they follow you? Where can they find you? What do you want to promote, etc.?
They can find me sort of walking down the street, usually on my phone with my sister complaining about something in Brooklyn. But on the internet, you can find me at Delia, Delia .Kemph, Kemph. I am the co-host of a long-running comedy variety show called Energizer Honeys, and our next show is at the end of the summer. Come to it.
Yay! And remember, it's okay to be sad, girl. Bye.